лодку спасал.
Ну, теперь все мокрые будете в машине.
So in this video we have this boat. Now you may be wondering, what boat? It doesn't look very familiar. This is the boat from Harbor Freight. I did a video on it about a year ago of me just changing out the electronics, and then about 10 months later after that I decided to get one of my 70mm EDFs and to slap it pretty much right on top of the lid. Now the lid, I still need to do some more work, and it went really fast. It flipped over, so I have another 70mm EDF. This is the second one. It is a lot more beat up. As you can see, the lip is all cracked, and the blades itself, they're pretty bad beat up. So yeah, but I think I have all the electronics, the EDFs, the ESCs, the fan. We might need a servo, I'm not too sure, and that's pretty much it, and just some other stuff. So, and as you can see, I painted the bottom red, nice glossy red, and then the whole boat dark blue. I think it looks really nice, but yeah, let's just get started. I am pretty much done with the boat now. I have all the electronics in them, the ESCs, the receiver, and made some holes for the antennas. And yeah, and I am done with the lid. I'm not going to work on it anymore, even though it has a bunch of, whatever you call those, craters or whatever. When I put the Bondo on, I sanded it down, but it looked like it was nice and smooth. And my hands, they're kind of rough, so I don't really feel it very good. Like right now, I don't really feel anything. So I thought it was smooth, but apparently it was not. But whatever. And I painted the windows black, as you can see. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, I have the EC soldered onto one connector for the battery, and then I have them plugged into individual channels on the receiver to have differential thrust, which is pretty much when you move the stick to the right, the left EDF speeds up and the right slows down. When I move it to the left, vice versa. And so therefore turning the boat, and I don't have to have a servo with a rudder in the air or in the water turning the boat. This is a lot, it looks a lot cooler just with just EDFs turning with them. And yeah, I sprayed some foam in there to like keep it from sinking in case that happens or something. Yeah, and I had to dig some of it out because I can't really put the battery in like this. I mean, probably could, but it'd probably be too heavy towards the back, and so when I would go, it'd probably go like that. So yeah, that's why I did that. And speaking of battery, I have 3 batteries that I'm going to be testing out with. I'm going to be first doing a 3-cell 2200 mAh 50C battery, and then a 4-cell 2200 mAh 50C And then a 6 cell, 4500 million power, 50C, 6 cell. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was gonna use fans to cool the ESCs down, but it turns out the fans, they are broken, they're not working for some reason. And I found that out too late after I already put them there. So that's why there's zip ties. I need to take out the zip ties. But yeah, it is ready to go, ready to sink. You might notice that they're a little kind of bent towards each other, the EDFs, or angled. But when I apply thrust, it's gonna level out like that. Each one produces 5 pounds of thrust. So together 10 pounds of thrust, and this whole thing with a 6 cell battery, this battery alone weighs 1.5 pounds. So yeah, with that battery, everything weighs 4.5 pounds. And yeah, I'm really excited to do this. So let's just go to the lake.
Actually, we can't go all the way there.
Хотя бы не salt water.
Yeah, I need trim tabs. Yeah, those.
Что, Ариан?
I just got
Falling?
so wet. That's okay. Can I swim like Бензейды тоже?
Но он лодку спасал.
No. Теперь все мокрые будете в машине.
That's why we have put. Oh wait.
Alright, so that is pretty much it for this video. I know the length of the footage from the boat, it was very short, like probably not even a minute long. But that's why I will make a part 2, pretty much of me just doing some other little modifications on the boat. And hopefully it'll be a nice sunny day and my siblings won't be around to ruin the whole video. And yeah, you might be wondering on the last clip why I was swimming out for the boat. That was because on that day I was not driving it with the lid on because it was not ready. I didn't paint it or anything. And so yeah, I was going really fast. You know, when I was going that fast, it was like half throttle and it's already jumping like that across the water. And I was going like 70% throttle and it just flipped over. And yeah, but luckily there is foam at the front of the boat completely, so because of that it did not sink. It was just like this in the water. It was just like this in the water, pretty much. The water line was right here, and that is where the foam stops. So that proved that the foam is good if it ever sinks, or if like leaks or something like that. It hopefully will not sink. I did dig out more foam to get the 6 cell battery in there, because on that day I was running 3 cell battery, and on half throttle it was already jumping, and I was also running 4 cell, but yeah. So yeah, it has really big power potential, has 10 pounds of thrust out of the EDFs, and you might notice that I took the EDFs off to clean it up a bit. They hatch. It is, I don't know if you can see that, but it has like green dots all over it. That's because I ran it through like seaweed, not seaweed, but it's like very tall grass in the water, and the EDF, it caught up on it and ate it, or not ate it, they shredded up, as can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. Yeah, this is the EDFs. They are full of green grass. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, yeah, it just shredded like a lawnmower. And yeah, and I have this possible solution for the boat to not skip along the water, and that is to add trim tabs to the back. I did do already a test with these very small trim tabs. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, basically they just go in the back of the boat and they are flush with the bottom. They're like that. And what they do, they point it down. They point it down, and that keeps it from, pushes the water like that, and it keeps it from just jumping up and down. So I did do a test with 2 of these, but it did not, they barely did anything. So that's why I'm going to get 1 sheet of aluminum to here, from here to metal, and the same thing to the other side. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to make another hole right here. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So for the next video, I'll be adding the bigger trim tabs and then doing the full test. And if that works, if I can go full power on 6-cell battery without it jumping along the water, then that will be a successful project. But I hope those trim tabs will work. I do know that you can probably move the battery up forward, but the battery, it already goes to about here, right here. And yeah, I really don't want to dig out any more foam, because then the foam pretty much not be doing its job, because I don't think that little foam that is left, I don't think it'll be able to keep afloat 4.5 pounds. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't, and like this video, and follow me on Instagram for updates and TikTok, and I will be hopefully in a couple of weeks with a new video. Alright, see ya.